Hey Taurus, today's reading is intended for what your person is feeling and are thinking. We're going to get into depth about what's on their mind, what's on their heart, what's in their story, what's influencing them externally, and what actions they plan to take towards you in this situation. So what messages do we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, November 27, 2019? Please take what resonates and leave what does not. And if this doesn't resonate with you here, please check out your natal chart and see what your moon sign, Venus sign, or your sun and rising are. What messages do we have for Taurus, November 27, 2019? What messages do we have for Taurus, November 27, 2019? Uh-oh. What is your person thinking or feeling at this time for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, November 27, 2019? Sorry. Okay, so your person, Taurus, may be feeling like you are moving on or you are detaching from them, and they may, whoever you're doing, they may not have noticed it for a while, but they're noticing it now. And they've been neglecting their gut feeling and their intuition in this process. They've been, it's like they're trying to come in at the very last minute to sweep you off your feet or to say something. It's like you had all of this ample time and now you want to come in and say something. Like, okay, Taurus. So, in your person's mind is the High Priestess. Initially came out here in reverse. So that's why I mentioned that they've been neglecting their intuition and their gut feeling in regards to this connection, or they've been very oblivious and been choosing to be naive instead of using their wisdom and using their knowledge. So, in their story is the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. They want the best outcome possible. Or this could just be someone who is very much so full of themselves and they put themselves before anyone else. Now, in their heart is the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, not the Ace of Pentacles, I'm sorry, the Ace of Wands. So this is the type of person that may really think, or they, if not thinking more so high of themselves, it's like they just really are oblivious to timing. It's like they are so consumed in their own world that when they step out of their own world and trying to step into your world, they're just like, why don't you want to do this? Like, this is what I want to do. Why don't you want to do it, right? And in your mind, you're like, where have you been? Like, right? There's probably this confusion, like, where is this even coming from? Because this person's going to come out of the blue, out of nowhere. They're rushing in quickly to say this. This is their say what I mean what I say. And this could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You also have Judgment here, Sagittarius. We have the Seven of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Nine of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And the High Priestess is Piscean energy. But I'm really feeling that this person is probably more so an air sign because this is the one person that came out, right? The Knight of Swords. And if you are dealing with an air sign, if you're not dealing with an air sign and you're just possessing someone who is a little reckless and may not necessarily think things 100% through before acting or speaking. Excuse me. Let me drink some water. Like they're in no rush. They're in no rush to, or it's not that they're in no rush to, like, I guess, be in a relationship or to commit to you, But I think that they're more just on their time than aware of your time. And what that type of person needs to understand is when you're dealing with someone else, you have to be mindful and considerate of their time too. It doesn't always work on your time. And I feel like they're trying to rush in at the last minute. Let me write that down. Rushing in at the last minute to speak their truth or speak their piece because they're sensing that you're cutting them off. You may not be saying it, but they're feeling it. We have death here over the high priestess. So now, what's crazy is they've been neglecting and being naive. And now all of a sudden they're starting to feel like you're cutting them off and you're backing off now. Yeah, this is someone who has definitely been in their own world. They haven't even really, not saying that they haven't thought about you, but they haven't thought about you. Like, it may not be intentional, like, oh, I'm just really not thinking about this person because I don't care about them, but they've just been more so stuck on themselves because I think that one, they've probably been going through some financial issues which also can, feed into insecurities if this is a man. Because more than likely, men like to provide, men like to be able to conquer, chase, all of that, right? But I think that they're dealing with things in their own life that may be financially critical, where they have to kind of penny pinch and hold on to all of their finances because they may have been put in a predicament where finances aren't as fluid as they once were. Now, in their heart, they're seeing, with the Nine of Pentacles, they're seeing you as this individual single person, just kind of like doing your own thing. And they're just like, oh, you're looking good. I've been in a daze, but now I'm seeing you. And now that I'm seeing you, I want to, spark something up with you. And I'm going to rush in and probably throw you for a loop to do it. But they haven't put in much work within this within this connection. The Eight of Pentacles came out here in reverse over this Knight of Swords. So they have not been putting in work in this connection. And that's why they're rushing in at the last minute to probably try and salvage what is left and spark up a new connection. They may try and woo you sexually. Excuse me, wise judgment here. Yeah, very much so inconsistent. And now that you are making it up in your mind, because this is their external influences with the Judgment and the Knight of Wands is here. And that's all about inconsistent energy. Could be the player card, just kind of like hot and cold. And I think that what they've been failing to realize is how inconsistent they have been because they've been so oblivious to everything because they've been so consumed in their own problems. They've been so full of themselves that they fail to realize they've been so inconsistent. They haven't put in any work. So now they're trying to come in at the very last minute to woo you. But in your mind, you've already made things up. And you already not made things up, but you've made up your mind on this connection. And they're just like, they're trying to come in and say, hold up, wait a minute. Before you make this final decision, why? What's wrong, Or they just might be like, well, I didn't know that's how you felt. Well, I mean, if you kind of don't talk to me for X amount of time, you kind of should already know I'm not really feeling good about it, right? Seven of Cups here. They're coming out. They may be very defensive when they talk to you too because you've made up your mind in this connection. So because you've made up your mind in this connection, Taurus, in their actions is the Seven of Wands and then the Seven of Cups here in reverse. So they're coming to realization that you're not necessarily there at their will. The Knight of Swords is here again. I feel like they just rush in acting like everything is fine. And then when you just pump them, like you like pump their brakes and be like, all right, hold up. Then they're just like, oh, damn. Like, it's like they were running in hot and then they smashed on the brakes because they didn't realize that they were running into a wall. You built up a wall and they thought that, or they or say like they're coming in hot. They're coming in hot and they think that the garage door is going to be open, and in reality the garage door is closed. When they try to hit the clicker, the garage won't open because you've changed all the locks, every key, every entrance, totally different now. So now they don't know how to necessarily relate with you, talk to you. So instead of them coming to realization of what they didn't do, what they lacked in, Taurus, they're going to be defensive because they don't see it how you're seeing it. They're only seeing it from their side because this is someone who is very much so self-consumed. Like Beyonce, world stop. And they actually expect the world to stop. And then when they say carry on, that's when you guys can continue. And you're just like, I'm not here when you want me to be here. I'm here when we agree to be together. But the moment that this relationship of us turned into just me, I had to step aside and realize that this is just not it for me anymore. You're not the type of person who wants to put in the effort into knowing me and the things that I like and care about. Like if you're the type of person who needs to hear how someone feels, you need someone that gives you words of affirmation, and this is someone who doesn't even compliment you. It's kind of a problem. Like you need someone who can feed your love language. And this is the type of person that has just been so self-consumed, and I feel like every time you connect with this person, if this is more than once, if you've known this person for a while, and I'm sensing that you have known this person for a while with all these pentacles, this person, I feel like every time things get tough on their end, they completely drop their obligations to everything else and only tend to themselves. But you're the type of person that multitasks. You're the type of person that will try and try and try, and then when it's finally over, they're just kind of like taken back because they're used to you being there, or they're used to having that option, and or they at least thought that you would be there, and that's why they're probably like completely confused when they come back to talk to you, and you're just like, we have nothing to really talk about. I've already made up my mind that we're not together. We're not going to be together because you're loving yourself first. Let's just say that. Which is a beautiful thing, Taurus. Reconciliation here at the bottom. So this person's definitely going to try and come back in to reconcile with you because they see you as worth waiting for. They see you as the person that... Oh, wait, hold up. Honestly, no. I feel like they may have told you at one point that you were it for them. You were the person that they wanted to be with. Like, you get them, you guys click. You're the person that they've been waiting for. I'm not feeling that. I feel like they may have said it. They couldn't have possibly meant it. You're dealing with someone who is either just unsure of themselves, they're unsure of you, they're just unsure. They say one thing and they do something totally different. So it's like, how am I supposed to be the one that you're waiting, or I'm supposed to be the one that you're wanting? I'm supposed to be it. I'm supposed to be the love of your life. And then deception, you don't know what you want. In reality, you don't know what you want. And honestly, I feel like after this all goes down, they're going to move on to someone else. Someone else is going to be there. And, I feel like, honestly, Taurus, you're in this phase where you're putting things behind you. You're putting this whole situation behind you. You're going on this solo path right now where you're just kind of releasing burdens, moving forward. And here's your card as the Hierophant. You're not losing faith in love. You're not allowing this person who couldn't even communicate with you or consider your feelings diminish love for you. That's not what they're going to do. You still believe in love. You still believe that there's someone out there for you that is equally yoked to you. But this person just doesn't know what they want. They really don't. And quite frankly, they seem like they have a short attention span. So once that they finally do come to realization, and they will with the Seven of Cups here in reverse, they're going to come to realization that this connection between you two is over. When they finally do accept it, they're going to move on to the next person. I'm sorry. This is not someone you probably even want to entertain, Taurus. So, yeah. You guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share with your friends. Give me feedback. I love it all. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll be back after the holidays, probably with another spread, because I just want to keep you guys entertained. All right.